What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Thirsty Thursdays. It's been a minute since I've gone live. I think it's been like over a month and a couple weeks since I did go live. I think it was an Elrond random video, some Elrond gaming video I did. And then before that was with Six Figs. So yeah, happy to be back. It's September 29th, 2022. It's been a crazy month for me. Picked up some extra work, so I've been busy with that, trying to keep up with the crypto market, balancing everything. But should be a good show tonight. Glad you guys can all join. Don't forget to take the poll tonight. What are you guys drinking? You guys drinking beer, wine, bourbon, whiskey, something other? Just let me know below. But yeah, should be a pretty good show. And before we begin, we're just going to bring him right in. Special guest of the night. We got Six Figs.
What's happening, everyone? Thanks for having me once again, Crypto Airborne. It's always a pleasure to come on here and converse with you, my friend.
For sure, man.
So here
I
we
know.
are.
Yeah, it's been
a
busy,
minute.
man. Yeah, how you doing?
Good, man. Just just testing out this new lens I got here, so it seems to be working good. Other than that, been doing good, man. Just trying to weather this whole crypto market like everybody else, trying to digest all the news and crypto charts and all that shit, So it's definitely, weighing on everybody. So I think it's good we talk about it. I'm just going to have a little bit of Jim Beam with everybody else and, crypto and chill with you.
Nice.
Huh?
Hell yeah, man. We got Strykah in the house. What's
what's up, Strykah?
We
Good to see you here, buddy.
We got Dan. I don't know who
some
you are.
Milk.
That's a new one. You're drinking some milk? That's nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
Cool.
Add some chocolate to it.
Dude, it's hot in my basement now because, it's starting to get fall. Everything's starting to get a little bit colder. So it's about 75 in my basement. I know you usually use yours to heat yours in the winter in Minnesota. So what's your temperature at right now?
I got 34% humidity in this room right now. It's 75 degrees. So it's been hanging around 80 degrees throughout the summer in this room. These crypto miners are keeping my basement warm right now. Outside, man, I think the last time I checked, it was a really nice day today, about 60 degrees.
Nice.
Just nice and sunny. Might have been 70. But yeah, it's been getting down to like 30, 35 degrees at night.
And really? It's 58 right now. It's showing here in Jersey, at least where I'm at. But yeah, it's been getting down to like 50s, like lower 50s. But the next week for us, it's like in the 70s and mid 70s. So we got a little bit more warm weather here, probably towards middle of October, and then it starts getting a little bit chillier. But
I like a nice warm fall.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
For sure.
All right, let's jump right into it. It's been a minute, so let me see. We'll do a quick man, I can't talk. Crypto market overview. But yeah, I haven't really even had a chance to just check the crypto space the last like couple of days, so you might have to help fill me in. But I know we had a little fake out the last couple of days. We had a Bart Simpson looks like move on Bitcoin. It like shot up, went sideways, and then shot back down. But
it seems like everything's just kind of been doing that, except for like XRP, which just seems to just boom.
I saw that today, and I don't know the reasoning why. I don't know. I know they're getting towards the end, or their big lawsuit, and everyone thinks they're going to win it. So I don't know if the news came out, but again, I haven't been tracking XRP whatsoever. I just know that I've heard some people say that it's looking good for XRP, so maybe that's why it's pumped or some type of buy the rumor, sell the news. So if anyone's watching knows anything about what's going on with XRP, let us know in the comments. But yeah, that pumped huge today. I know that.
Yeah, I think they're gearing up to just wipe the floor with the SEC, which is what everybody needs to see. Yeah.
All right, so I keep refreshing it, and it keeps going up and down, but it looks like the whole crypto market's down about 0.24% the last 24 hours, which is basically nothing. Bitcoin's up only about 0.12%, sitting about 19,500. ETH's down about 1.42%, 1,300. We got, let's see, XRP, up 5.68%, sitting at 47 cents, and not much movement other than that. Top gainers, we have Elastos. I haven't ever heard of that one, but we're up 62.53%. If anyone knows what that is, I don't know if it was recently listed onto Coinbase, probably.
Look at that supply on that, 20 million.
Oh, wow.
How about that, huh? Market cap of 42 mil. I don't know, guys. That one we might have to let's make a note on that one. Let's
because usually this is I go through Coinbase when I do my market overview, and usually they put the ones that they are recently added, but I don't know. I don't see it here on the side, recently added. So we'll have to check that one out. ELA. Never heard of it. Gotcha. Decentralized Social up about 10%, 745. And looks like we have a couple others up, but nothing too crazy.
Stellar. Okay.
Stellar Lumen's up 4. Luna, your favorite, up 4.18%. Nice.
I made some money off Luna.
Classic Luna or the
I made some
real Luna.
Yeah, the classic. So when it tanked, I bought the dip and then it went up a little bit. Yeah. I just sold off enough. I mean, I'm talking like I made like $10.
You know, woo, there's your drink.
Right, exactly.
What's going on, me? And Obi said, think XRP rested their case or something.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Obi? Good to see you here.
All right. Yep. September holidays. So it's September 29th. For you coffee drinkers out there, it's National Coffee Day. It's also National Starbucks Day. And before I move on, I do want to give a special shout out to one of our crypto community members, VGX Hero, and he's a part of our Signal group, the Mirthless Chud. So he has been around for a while in our crypto group, but he recently, I think he's been roasting coffee for a couple years now, but he just recently launched a small business called the Tall Texan Coffee Company. He's based out of Denton, Texas, and he roasts his own coffee. And it's a real big hit in our Signal group. So I guess he gets some barrel-aged bourbon barrels, and he, I guess, roasts the coffee beans in it. He has some featured products. He's got some Kangu Kevu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Organic coffee, some Indonesia Sulawesi Kalausi, the Mexico Chiapas, his Texan bourbon pecan right there. That's the one that everyone's talking about. I know, Obi, you can vouch for him in the comments. And then whiskey barrel-aged coffee, his batch number 1. It's only $11 right now. So if you guys are coffee lovers, you want to support local, you want to support a small business, and someone who's even into crypto, go give him a follow. And then also go check out his website at Tall Texan Coffee. And since it is coffee day, he is having a special. So he has a buy one, get one 50% off. So BOGO. If you guys use BOGO in the checkout section, you can buy whatever on his website, and then you'll get 150% off. So cool. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to him for National Coffee Day. And then also go give him a follow at Mirthless Chud, TA11 Texan.
Nice.
Are you a coffee drinker?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. In fact, I probably have, it depends. I had probably 2 or 3 cups today. I'm probably like a 2 or 3 cup a day kind of guy. Some of that coffee looks good, and I might have to order a bag of that. One of my friends is Colombian, and it's crazy. His family down in Colombia owns a coffee bean farm or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so he'll go down there once or twice a year, and then he comes back with like a suitcase loaded with coffee beans. And he'll, nice. If I'm lucky, I'll get some. And they're so fresh that you open up the bag and there's like oil on the inside. They haven't been roasted or anything like that. But then I'll just grind them as is. Yeah. And oh my God.
That's awesome. Oof. So Me's in the comments, he said that coffee now lowers blood pressure, supposedly.
Not my blood pressure.
Which you think would be the opposite. So I'd like a little bit more details on that, John Wick, me. And Obi just ordered another 4 pounds today from Tall Texan. So yeah, definitely go and give him a follow and check out his coffee. I'm definitely going to order some here soon. What else we got? Other days, International Happy Goose Day. There's always so much random stuff. And that's pretty much it. VFW Day. Shout out to VFW. Give my fellow veterans a shout out. World Heart Day, Silent Movie Day, and World Maritime Day. All right, I already went over that. Crypto Bubbles, top 100. What is this, the daily? So yeah, daily. Looks like it's kind of a mix between a sea of green, sea of red. with the number one of the top 100 being the ETH proof of work, up 9.3%. XRP, again, like previously mentioned, up about 7%. Take a jump to my favorites the last day. Matic's up 3.5%. Elrond up 1.8%. ICP's up about 1.2%. Voyager token, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, down about 3.4%, sitting at 61 cents. A lot of drama going on with that right now. Oh, man. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Fear and greed index, we're at about a 21 right now. Extreme fear, still, we've been in this extreme fear since literally like June timeframe. We had a little fake out if you go take a look at the max time frame here. But essentially, since about March 31st, 2022, we're at a 52. But ever since around April 2022, we've been in that fear, had that fake out. Now we're back down to that extreme fear because markets are just absolutely insane right now.
So to just piggyback off this, I saw a very interesting graphic, and if I find it, I'll tag you in it.
Okay.
There was the fear and greed index, that little speedometer that's on the left-hand side there.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody have the current day fear and greed index. Obviously, we're sitting Bitcoin at 20K about. And, you know, this is sitting at 21. But then during the 2017 bull run or whatever, it got near like 20K. And that fear and greed index was at 100. And so it was just cool to see, you know, back 2017, everybody was like,
Here's a good chart. I always
okay,
go to look into Bitcoin, a lot of on-chain analysis. But what we
there
were
you
talking about
go.
again, so back during
Like
2017.
Yep. And so it ended up hitting like,
Oh, it's not letting me
you
go
know,
back.
like a 100, you know, points at 20K. And then now you look at 20K and we're freaking fearful.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So it's just kind of it was a really
I see what
cool,
you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a cool graphic, you know.
Yeah, because I think they might have just started this fear and greed index back in February of 2018 because it won't let me scroll over left. But yeah, I see what you're saying because like you can see down during the bear market of 2018 back in December, it was extreme fear at 3,200. We're in extreme fear now. Bitcoin's at whatever it is right now.
Same
So it's
concept.
just kind of,
Yep.
and a lot of people don't know. It's kind of crazy if you don't know. I don't want to get too much off topic or the market analysis, but do you know what goes into the fear and greed index?
Not off the top of my head. I don't know how they come
So
to
it
that
goes off
calculation.
volatility, market momentum, social media surveys, I guess, which is paused, Bitcoin dominance and trends. And it is weighted very differently. So volatility is 25%, market momentum is 25, social media sentiment is 15%, Bitcoin dominance is 10, and trends is 10%. So look at Google Trends. So that's how they come up with this actual fear and greed index.
That's cool.
If you guys don't know, because I do mention it in a lot of my videos, and I've only mentioned it a couple times, but it's kind of cool how whoever put this together. But it's kind of a cool piece of data just to look at here. And a lot of people trade off the fear and greed. I know Obi, he always talks about it's not financial advice. You know, it's always a good time to possibly buy during extreme fear and sell when it's in extreme greed type of thing. But I think this is a very good indicator to look at. So
not a bad plan. I had no idea it was kind of weighted that way. It seems like it's a fair way to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
So all right, let's move on. Total crypto market cap. We're looking at about 908 billion right now. Looks like it's been trading sideways pretty much for the last week or so. 895 billion on 18th of September. Yeah, not much movement for total crypto market cap. Bitcoin dominance. It looks like we had a big drop off since the 11th of June. We were at about its peak 48%, all the way down to that 8th September. We had 39% Bitcoin dominance. Kind of spiked back up, went up and down, and now we're kind of going sideways just since the last couple of days.
So that looks like to me a bull pennant right there. Is that a daily chart? Do you know what time frame that chart is there? Click on the
6 month year to date. Might have been the year to date one.
Okay,
yeah.
We'll get into that when we do the charts.
Okay, but yeah, going over that. Next is the DXY. So this is talked about a lot, and I talk about this in every single one of my videos because the DXY pretty much has been going straight parabolic since about May 2021. You know, a lot of the other currencies in the world are just dropping like no other. So a lot of people are putting their money in the US dollar, and I drew up an Elliott wave theory here. I've kind of moved it around on this fourth wave, just messing around with it. But we did peak out just recently at about a 114 just the other day. Yeah, yesterday actually. But took a pretty decent dump right now. We're down at 111. So if you just stumbled across this video, you guys don't know me or whatever. Usually when the DXY is up, traditional markets, crypto markets are down and vice versa. So this is one huge indicator that I look at and a lot of other people look at just to try to get a sense of where the market's going. And I do have this rectangular box here, and going back, way back to the DXY, historically 105 to 110 has historically been a huge resistance and support for the DXY. So the last time we saw this 114, I'll go back to the weekly chart. We haven't seen that since around 2002, May 2002.
Wow.
Which is huge. And I do want you a little bit later on to do some technical analysis on this, but I don't know if you saw an Elliott wave theory going on with this, but this is just another indicator I look at every video. So again, looking at this, crypto markets were up a little bit today, but jumping right into the traditional markets, we're down today. So it didn't really have a correlation, which is surprisingly. But when you look at the futures right now, futures are up a little bit for the traditional markets. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
When we're talking like futures and options and all that stuff, right now, to me, this is kind of one of those time frames where people are playing with fire. And it's kind of like that one new trend or that new video. I don't know if you've seen it on like TikTok or Twitter. It's this guy standing up in front of this marker board and it says, the more you find out, the more you F around, the more you find out. You see that video at all?
No.
Oh, you'll have to find it. But right now we're seeing this dollar just get pumped to the moon. And when we look at like the DXY, basically the DXY, all it is it's a tool that people use to measure the value of the dollar against like the euro, the yuan, the franc, a bunch of other European currencies and things like that. And so, obviously, I think like the more turbulent things are getting, the more valuable the dollar becomes. Because, hey, let's face it, the United States has one of the most powerful militaries in the world, kind of thing, most likely to survive. I got some theories there, but I think like as far as the DXY is concerned right now, and the markets, like the futures, and man, this is reminding me of 2008 so much, 2009, somewhere in there, and we had that huge crash back then in the markets.
So 2008, 2009. Did it went parabolic like right here? It looks like.
Yeah. 2008 was a rough year. 2009, somewhere
2009,
in there.
Yeah. And then it just dumped all the way until November 2009.
Yeah, but even going back, I don't know. I think that we are in for it. It's just a matter of when.
And here's it touching that support and resistance and breaking through it right now. Because you kind of look, actually, now that I look at it right now, from June 95, not really kind of like the parabolic move that we're seeing now, but this is kind of similar where we broke out of that 105, 110. We kind of went up. We went back down, touched it. This could be a similar pattern that we're seeing right now where it does like a triple top.
Yeah.
And then boom, it comes back down.
Yeah, it very well could be
for years, but I don't know. We get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, I've got all my stock and stuff. I've been sitting cash with my stocks for the last year. Since early this, man, I want to say like January, February. I've been sitting on cash, not caring what the market does.
Makes sense, especially if you think it's going to keep getting lower.
Yeah, I'm buying back in once we get some wicked ass coronavirus low type of thing.
Yeah, you got what I think CPI numbers coming out soon. You got the Fed and all that, all the buy the rumor, sell the news type of stuff coming on. Got elections coming up the end of the year, so who knows? I'm sure Obi, if you're still watching, you got some theories. I'd be curious to hear your comments in the comment section. But All right, so let's just keep moving on. I want to keep talking about that, but definitely, I'm keeping everyone's keeping an eye on the DXY. All right, so not really crypto related, but kind of like a big tech privacy related thing. And I used to work for Amazon, so I was real big. I mean, I still buy off of Amazon and whatnot, but the Alexa devices, all their Kindles and everything, they haven't really put out anything recently. But just the other day on September 28th, they had I think it was like a privately invited conference or whatever for the announcement of all the new hardware that they're coming out with. So this is an article I stumbled upon, just announcing some of the new hardware that they have, new Alexas, Kindle devices. But there's one or two things I want to talk about, and I'm curious, you guys watching, what you guys think about this. So first thing they announced was this Kindle Scribe. It's a Kindle where you can essentially draw on. I don't really use a Kindle. I've never used a Kindle. Nothing really that big. They have the 5th gen Echo Dot speakers. They have new sensors, better audio. Nothing really big there. Here's one, the upgraded Echo Auto. So I was a beta tester for the original Echo Beta, and it was terrible. I could never connect it, but essentially it was an Amazon Alexa inside your car. You connect your phone to Bluetooth, it would link up, and you could just say, hey, Alexa, play this, blah, 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 blah. But it never really took off. So now they have an upgraded one. I guess it's smaller. It's easier to mount to your dashboard. There's fewer mics than compared to the original. It has 5 instead of 8, but it makes up for the improved algorithms that help detect voice commands over sounds in your car, like the radio or AC. So they have that. So just think about that one for a second. We'll keep going. Alexa BMW voice assistant. If you guys have a BMW, here's the one I want to really talk about. It's the sleep tracking bedside light called the Halo Rise. So this is a device that you place on your nightstand that tracks your sleep using sensors for moving around, breathing, that are supposed to tell how well you sleep. You can also use it as an alarm clock. It wakes you up with lights and sounds. About $140, comes out later this year.
I'm buying the shit out of that thing. As somebody that gets like 6-7 hours of sleep a night, like I've always wanted to go get a sleep study, but for $140, I want to see what this thing can do.
Yeah. So I'm curious. It's like what we were talking about earlier before the show. It's like, how are they? They literally want to know you just so they can target products towards you. You know what I mean? Like it's just data collection.
Yep.
Yes, I could see how in a good way for people like you or who I even sleep bad. I'm terrible. How they can maybe target specific products that will help you sleep better, type of thing. But I thought this was pretty interesting. One of the products that they have.
So let me backtrack on this though. Does this thing have like a camera built into it? So like when you're banging the wife, somebody would be able to like, oh, look at what Crypto Airborne is doing right now. And why are 3 chicks like hopping out of bed?
Yeah. Who knows when it's going to tap into your device and listen to you?
That's true.
Reason. Oh, here's a crazy thing. So
they're gonna wait. So all of a sudden, let's just say Alexa gets a wild hair up its ass. You hear all the sounds, the wife's going crazy. It's thinking somebody's getting murdered in there because Crypto Airborne's getting buck wild. Is Alexa gonna call the police on you?
No, they have that. They actually do have that. They have that, I think, as an option for like emergency if something breaks or loud sound or fire. They have that. So, but but even going back, I had so many of these in my Florida home. I had like so many Alexas. They have that the Alexa Spot, which you kept next to your bed, and it had a camera on there. And you'd be doing whatever. I unplugged that. I don't use it anymore because of the reason what you just said. So this crazy thing, if you guys do own an Amazon Alexa, they do record voice recordings. So I did this the other day as a test. If you go to any Amazon Alexa and say, Alexa, delete my voice recordings, you can it saves your recordings because if you have to enable your mic. So for privacy reasons, I don't know what they're doing with the data. I don't want to get too into that, but it'll say, oh, are you sure you want to delete your recordings? And you say yes. So I think they use it because they listen to you. If you guys ever wonder when you're talking about stuff and like all of a sudden you scroll through your phone, you see sponsored ads, that's because everything is linked together type of thing. So I think, I don't know. it all plays together with data collection and
It's crazy.
that. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I haven't heard or seen anything like this Halo Rise, but yeah, new
Hmm.
new TV Fire Cube. I have one of these. Lets you control your cable box with your voice. I already do that. I don't really know what's big with this. Support for Wi-Fi 6E, super resolution upscaling, a pair of high-end. So it looks like they have some 4K Fire TVs they're coming out with. QLED Fire TVs
Okay.
coming in 65 and 75-inch sizes. So I guess it's their own brand. It's like an Amazon brand TV. That's something new to me. It doesn't really have
Interesting.
too much details on that. Blink Mini that pans and tilts, and a Ring Spotlight Pro, which I have. I don't have the Pro, I have the regular one sitting outside right now. I guess just upgraded algorithm, 3D motion detection, pre-roll bird's eye view. But yeah, those are the new Amazon devices. Not crypto related, but what are you guys watching right now? How do you feel about all this big picture wise, data collection, privacy? They want to make life easier and everything, but you can kind of tweak it and think conspiracy wise. And the people in our Signal group with their conspiracy channel, you can take it a different way with privacy.
Yeah.
But I just thought I'd start out with that article.
I'm glad you did, man. It's important to just disconnect from crypto from time to time and just level with this kind of stuff, because you start talking about like some of this tech and all these devices we have, and are they being used against us? Probably.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump into crypto now, and we'll start off with the big boy, obviously Bitcoin. Let me just refresh it real quick. Looks like we're down about 0.2%, sitting about 19,489. Market cap's 373 million, 38 billion. Let me get that right. Yeah, trading volume, and that's pretty much it. So I figured we just start out with some Bitcoin technical analysis, if you don't mind, because that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the crypto news and TA we'll do here. But
Yeah.
man, we're already about 30 minutes in. I
Okay.
swear, I feel like we just started, but
Man,
yeah, we'll go from there.
let me know when you want me to share my screen here.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
gonna check the
Bear
comments
with me 1 second
real
here.
quick. We got XRP Nick in the house. He said that the judge forcing Hinman emails to be handed over, exposing a lot of the corruption from SEC, will have to settle to prevent truths from being exposed. Interesting, XRP Nick. Thanks for sharing that. Obi-Wan, buy the fear for sure. Yes, fiat is eating its tail with bond market becoming essentially a liquid. I got my coins from Superman today. I'll take pics. They're awesome. Yeah,
Superman.
forgot about him.
What's up with
Superman.
that?
Yeah, he's VGX Superman. He has a laser printing and laser etching. He did my custom coin.
Oh yeah,
College
that's
coin
sick.
that I have here. So he's another fellow community member that definitely go support him. It's super good quality. He's very easy to work with. You can customize pretty much whatever coin you want. You can do your ICP coin or whatever. But yeah, VGX Superman, or I don't know what his name is now. He might have changed it, but
super cool stuff. Yeah, no doubt.
We got Baroness in the house. What's going on?
What's up, Baroness?
And Strykah. What's going on?
Strykah, the heavy hitter.
Cool.
Right. Yeah, Bitcoin looking so you guys, here's Bitcoin in a nutshell. I've been kind of trying to track Bitcoin, and let's just start off at a super high level. And first things first, nothing I'm going to say here is going to make the bull market come back, and it's just not financial.
It's just your opinion
advice.
Too, right? Not financial advice. We got to throw that out there.
Yep. And here is just kind of one thing that I just want to elaborate on. This is kind of like two parts in a way. This little thin green line here, let's kind of enlarge this. This little thin green line is the 730-day moving average, folks. Anytime historically in the past, it's been a decent time to buy, and we'll get into this in just a second. I just fat fingered the keyboard. We can see right now we're well underneath this line. Coronavirus crash. We dipped below this line. It was grand time to buy. 2018-19 bear market. Great time to buy once we went underneath this 730. And of course, this, is the same case for 2015-ish, somewhere in there. when we saw this huge spike up in price below the 730 was a decent time to buy. I mean, whether you bought here at 306 or 166.
When did you buy? Because didn't you say you bought a lot?
Yeah, so that would have been more back towards like 2013ish, somewhere in here. It was at $6 a coin. It was probably before that. It was $6 a coin. I bought 200 of them at. It cost me $1,200, and that maxed out my Wells Fargo credit card at the time.
That's insane.
It was nuts.
And what platform or how did you even buy it back then? Do you remember?
It might have been through Mt. Gox. It could have very possibly been through Mt. Gox. I don't remember 100%. I do remember like this tan color background on the exchange. I don't know what I used. At the time, I didn't care.
How'd you hear about it? That's the other question.
One of my buddies that was kind of like a techie guy. He was all into like IT and stuff like that, had told me about it. And that was back in college, kind of back in like 2008, 9, somewhere in there. And when I remember him telling me about it, because he had picked up a whole bunch of it too. And he was one of these people that was using it to buy things off the Silk Road. So I won't get into the Silk Road. Yeah, the Silk Road, you could order drugs, guns, whatever you could want. Hitmen. I mean, it was all there. Silk Road got shut down, but this guy was buying like weed and stuff off there. I'm not going to get into it too much.
Yeah.
Is
he still invested, or you talked to him? I'm curious.
So what ended up happening with him is he was dealing with the Silk Road, and something happened where the US government actually seized all his Bitcoin.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. I could talk to him and get more of the details, but I remember him saying that. And
that would be a good video.
Yeah, this guy ended up, I mean, he's still one of my best friends today.
Nice.
I go to the shooting range with them all the time.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways.
Topic, but I remember you saying when you got that while you were talking about that.
Man, yeah. And it is what it is. Like at the time, I think I made a couple $100. I was young. It was enough to buy some beer and whatever else.
Crazy.
Fill up the gas tank when you're you broke college kid. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Looking back in hindsight, obviously, you would say, "Oh, well, you should have held," but then it's like at the same time,
could have.
Right.
We all have that.
Everybody criticized Bitcoin back then. That's going to zero. That freaking narrative ruled the majority of people back then. It was whatever. It is what it is. But getting back to Bitcoin and these charts, like I was saying, 2015, 14, when you bought underneath the 730-day moving average, it was a great time. But here's where things get spicy, folks. And this is what I'm talking about. Is one thing I've noticed is when this 50-day moving average comes down and it hits the 730-day moving average, it's kind of been a signal that the tides are turning and that we're seeing the bear market kind of turn around and maybe transform into the bull market. Here's a classic example. We had this 50 moving average hit the 730. You could say this isn't exactly the bottom, but it's somewhere in the middle or somewhere, the tides changed shortly after. And when we look at 2018 and 2019, it was no different. We saw this 50 moving average hit the 730. What did we see, folks? A nice little bump in price. And then it was off to the races. We had this little black swan event. But, this is all on the weekly chart, by the way. So what we have here is the 50 moving average crossing the 730-day. I'm hoping that we start to see history repeat itself like it has the last few bull runs. In addition, price action, right now we're kind of forming this little bit of a symmetrical triangle squeeze. So Bitcoin is squeezing. We know this because we can kind of draw it out on a chart. On the weekly chart, we're seeing a a negative spinning top. One thing I've been looking for is Elliott wave theory, which you could argue this, but you could also argue a stronger leg down, in my opinion. So right now, I mean, I would say that within the next week or 2, 3 weeks, like, let's throw down a little Fibonacci time sequence just to look for clues. We can see that this was accurate here. It pinpointed a very crucial point of reversal. Also, it kind of pinpointed the bottom right in here. Look for November 28th, 2022, somewhere late November, the week of November 28th. We'll
When's
revisit
elections?
this.
I'm wondering
Yes.
when elections are.
Okay, so I think they're the 22nd, aren't they?
I have no clue, but
20th, 22nd.
it'll be close.
Yeah. So here we are.
Monthly closes tomorrow, Obi said.
It is.
Give
Okay,
it
let's look at
any
this.
monthly. He also said, I don't know, I've never even heard about this. The 111 week moving average, the 4-year average is strong.
Okay.
I wouldn't even know how to look at that.
Yeah,
Well, I
so
don't
111 weekly moving average. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I mean, here is the monthly chart, and I mean, really, you guys can see just on this monthly chart, we may be in for a little bit of a bounce here and maybe a sideways move. I don't know. It's anybody's guess at this point, but let's just do one more last thing before we move on.
Kyle said that the November 8th midterm.
November 8th. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So let's go ahead here. All right. We could be looking at something like this. You might be able to argue there might be some sort of ascending triangle or something building there. Who knows? But yeah, we could be stuck in this sideways pattern for, and I hate to say it, but another year or two.
So the next halving. Yeah. Totally could see that.
So it is what it is. What do you got for us next?
Let's see. Let me Bitcoin, Cardano. So Cardano, let's see. We're looking at, it's about 43 cents right now, $14 billion market cap, 468 million trading volume. And if you guys aren't really familiar with Cardano, that was like my initial, one of the 2 biggest holdings that I've had the last couple of years. I cashed out a huge bag back during the bull run. So I've been following it, not as close as I would like, but if you guys aren't familiar, they did just recently have what's called their Vassal hard fork. So what does that mean for Cardano? Essentially, it's enhancing the platform's transaction throughput speeds, the DApp development capacity, security, and general usability. So this happened about 8 days ago or so on September 22nd. There wasn't much price movement, just like previous history of any of the Cardano big moves and whatnot. But the hard fork's designed to help improve the ecosystem scalability, general transaction throughput capacity, as well as Cardano's decentralized development capacity. So it gets really techie into here, and maybe some people might know about it. I'm not going to go through the whole article, but essentially they just had this happen, and this is good. I know we have some Cardano fans that follow me, and I know OB is a big fan, but they have these Cardano improvement proposals is what they're called. So it's called CIP 31, 32, 33, and 40. I'll go through it real quick. I don't really know what it means, but the first one is CIP 31. It is the introduction of a new reference input mechanism that will allow dApps to access transactional output data without having to recreate it as before, making the entire process extremely streamlined and time-saving. And Bareness, I know Bareness is all into this type of stuff. If you know what this means, chime in, keep it stupid simple type of thing. Their CIP 32 is designed to enhance Cardano's native decentralization levels by introducing on-chain data storage feature for network participants. Next, you got CIP 33, which makes transactions lighter by making changes to the system's native programming script, allowing for faster processing and reduced fees, which is, we always like fees. And then the last thing they have about this is the CIP 40, which is introduced as part of a Vassal. It will introduce a new output transaction mechanism to help improve block transmission without full validation. So again, guys, it gets super techy. If you're a developer or something, I'm sure you guys understand that wording. But again, the Vassal hard fork did happen, on the 22nd. They have those key features and everything. So we are
It
in a bear
happened
market.
quietly.
Yeah,
Quietly.
exactly.
That
This
was
is
quiet.
this
This is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, so this definitely happened. This is huge. Apparently, the ETH, proof of work thing happened. This was kind of like working on the behind the scenes type of thing. So it really didn't get much media coverage unless you're into Cardano. But yeah, OB Vassal improves efficiency and speed scaling essentially. So it's kind of like Elrond too, and what we're about to talk about that here in a little bit. But I just wanted to bring that up just because that is one of my OG coins, and I know a lot of people. Oh shit! Something that was weird. You guys hear that? That was a weird noise in my basement.
I heard a big fart.
Yeah. So yeah, let's check out some TA. That was weird. I'm gonna go check that out in a second.
Yeah, sound like a big fart. Airborne.
Oh, you know what it was? It was the like when you have a basement, there's that security thing. There's like a little. Some people put like 2x4s so that people don't break into your door. I have the little metal thing just fell. Just freaked me out.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, how's Cardano looking?
Man, you know what? It almost looks like this little descending triangle is forming. So, right now it's price action is just hammering this floor, and you can see these highs getting lower. Typically, that's not a good thing to see. Eventually, you'll see these highs kind of transverse and into lows, and you might see something like this happen. Let's look at this on the weekly chart, though, for a second. What do we got here? I mean, man, this is it. Price action. It kind of seems like we could make a break for this Ichimoku cloud here, because if price starts breaking low, I mean, this price action just seems like it's too far away from this cloud right now for my comfort. Hoping we see the bounce here. If we do, my guess is this 200 moving average, and we're looking at the weekly chart right now. This 200 moving average might be something to kind of take a peek at. Let's just throw up a little extension here, and we can see that 49 cents, 52 cents, 55 cents, 59 cents, up to 65 cents. But man, I don't know. I got this feeling that these crypto markets might just kind of trade sideways into the election.
Yeah, that's a lot of people are saying. We're going to trade, and then like as soon as elections come, we're going to pump into it, and then it's going to dump again.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, if things get real wild here, you might be able to argue there's some sort of harmonic pattern here. But there is, 35 cents, 28 cents to the downside potential. So, I mean,
that's crazy.
It is what it is. It's usually when we start to see these types of descending triangles, or even, symmetrical triangle squeezes, it's usually a good indication that the market's gonna just assume the previous trend that it was in. And when we start talking about Elliott wave theory and retracements, you might be able to make this argument of a 35-cent Cardano.
That's crazy.
Hope we don't see it.
Yeah,
it would be nice to get a little bit of relief in the markets, even if it is a fake out.
Yeah, I was buying Cardano. I think the cheapest was 7 cents, between 16 cents, and I was dropping thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of my Amazon stock that I sold, and that was the greatest financial decision at the time to do.
That was insane.
I was just like listening. I was a huge Bitcoiner, still am. I was Bitcoin, and then I don't even know how I heard about Cardano back in the day. I think I stumbled across Charles Hoskinson's YouTube, or I heard him talk, and just listening to him, like, and everything, which he's a super smart dude, young guy like us, and it just drew me to the platform, and I just kept dropping money into it. But
no, that was a super smooth play that you had there. No doubt about that.
All right, should we move on? Let's jump to the next one.
Yeah, what do we got?
Let me see. I'm looking at the comments real quick. Charles is yeah. He's a character, man. I don't know how close you follow him, but yeah, I think he's like 34, 35-ish, but he travels all
He
around
looks
the world.
like he's about 55. Let me tell you that. Jesus.
He definitely looks like, an older dude. But let's see what we have next up.
Just kidding.
We have CKB Nervos Network.
CKB.
The one that got listed onto Voyager platform back before I had YouTube, when I was on TikTok and they started listing coins, and I was like, oh, what is this? And the video actually did pretty good. It launched at 0.008, I want to say. It was like one of the first exchanges in United or brokerage or wherever, at least in the United States, where CKB you could buy it. It was at 0.008, and I remember just doing some videos on it. And
Voyager listed it February 21st, 2021. And I'll never forget that, because I'll show you guys the Voyager spike, because we rode that up. And that was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna go back to my TikTok. I'm curious when I made that first video. That was way back in the day. I just want to pull that up real time. So I started my even though I've been into crypto since like 2016, 2017, I really did. I just, once the bull run started taking off, I was like, man, I should just start doing videos on it. So you could see I have some like old videos of just a bunch of random stuff. But then my first video right here was on Dogecoin when it started to surge. You could see it was up 472% in a week. Wow. And then, I did some Voyager Dogecoin. Started talking about the Voyager app. I did a duet with Crypto Wendy back in the day. Cardano was 50 cents. Man, where was my first CKB video? I'm trying to see. But it's so crazy. Here we go. New Voyager app coin. 12,000 views. See that the Voyager app listed a new token today? CKB. I don't think you guys can hear it, can you?
I can barely hear it, yeah.
But anyway, I put out this video. Came out 0.009-ish. And I did that video. It hit about 12,000 views. But this was during the bull run. It was insane. I remember putting out just random videos doing this, and I was like, why am I getting so many likes and followers? I was just doing, and I just kept the momentum going. I kept getting like all these views and whatnot. But
yeah, man, that was a fun time. Bull markets are fun, aren't they?
Dude, I didn't even I don't think we even kind of realized it at the time.
No.
Like I went through it, but I think since I was more heavily invested this time around, just kind of like made sense. Crazy. But CKB Nervos Network, market cap's still so small right now, 124 million. Trading volume is nothing, 1.6 million the last 24 hours.
Wow. That's pathetic.
Yeah. But news-wise, I haven't really been following it. Although it looks like they're at some conference right now. They're at this.
They're at Token 2024.
2049.
2049, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there repping their stuff. They also had that some
rises.
Yes, so that's kind of interesting how they are spinning Godwoken, and I think what they're doing is spinning it off into its own
gaming type of thing. Yeah. The first modular gaming full stack blockchain for true mass adoption in Web3. So this, I just saw this tonight doing research on it because, again, like I said, I don't have time, but you probably can talk a little bit more about it. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. They're essentially just at this conference. This Godwoken Rises thing popped up, and it's still. I think this reminds me of early Cardano type of thing, but interoperability.
Yeah, man, that whole Godwoken spinoff that they just did here, making Godwoken their own little blockchain. I still don't know all the ins and outs of it because it just happened today, and I haven't talked to anybody at Nervos yet. But yeah, it's interesting, unexpected move.
So let's just jump into TA.
Yeah, so right now CKB
real quick.
Right on. So this is a Fibonacci channel here. we're looking at CKB. We can see that right now. I think it'd be fair to say, man, we might be seeing CKB break to the downside again. But right now, we are seeing some sort of a harmonic pattern here, minus this big scam wick here. And when we look at this type of thing, we're looking for, maybe something like this to occur. So let's just kind of run through the motions of this while Airborne is getting a drink. I'd be looking for this B spot to come down to the 61.8 ish level. It exceeds it, not by much. But then if I would be looking for the C shoulder, I'd be looking for it to not go any higher than this 100% level. I mean, it comes right up to the 61.8, which is a requirement. Let's just say that this is some sort of harmonic pattern. We'd be looking for price to come down to around this 127, which is right along the bottom of this channel here. 0.002945-ish price tag. Is it gonna happen? Man, I don't know. But like we're seeing across these markets, we're seeing this symmetrical triangle squeeze kind of take place. I think we're gearing up to see the market make a move. Really the other side to this story is right now price action is pretty darn far away from this Ichimoku cloud. And it would be nice to see price come up and maybe retest this half-cent level. Full disclosure, I have a bag of CKB. I've got crypto miners running behind me, mining CKB.
Me
I
too.
love proof of work.
Yeah.
And
that's a very debatable conversation too, is
it really is.
proof of work versus proof of stake.
It really is. Yeah, that's for a whole nother video, but yeah, it's a hot topic. How many nodes do you need securing a network before it's overkill and counterintuitive to environmental blah blah blah? Which to be honest with you, I don't really give a crap about like these miners and staking and stuff. It's such a small impact on the environment.
Obi made a good comment. Want to know my bottom signal when Doge goes to a penny?
Ooh.
Doge around a penny and fear and greed index, and fear is when to buy big.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take Doge at a penny.
I'm mining. I have my one miner. Are you still? Do you still have your Doge mini up?
I had traded it to my buddy for a CKB miner. So,
yeah, I have it go straight to my X account, and then I just buy Bitcoin with it. My very pennies and whatever I get.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. All right. Ready to move on?
Let's move on.
All good with that? All right. Let me remove that. Let's see. All right. A lot of people have been waiting for this one in the Signal group. I know I'm trying to multitask and do a bunch of stuff, but Elrond, Elrond. So Elrond right now, I think it's actually doing pretty good. Up 2.3% the last 24 hours and about $48.46. Absolute steal. Total supply is only about 24 million. Max supply is 31 million. We got market caps only 1.1 billion. Trading volumes only $30 million. So I've been doing a lot of videos previously about Elrond. I've been trying to get into their NFT ecosystem, their gaming ecosystem, and I really like it. I do know the creator. I believe he's based out of Romania, and the biggest thing that they have coming up right now is called X Day Paris. It's time to build new paths, shifts in perspective, memorable experience. It's the biggest Elrond conference and event to yet. So this is going to be taking place in Paris. And I know they're going to have huge, huge announcements here. And this is another behind the scenes, I think, crypto undervalued that's going on right now. This dude, he's the creator, Benjamin Minsu, founder and CEO of Elrond. He met the what is he? The productive meeting with Sebastian Berduja, Romanian Minister of Research, Innovation, and Digitization. Honored to announce the minister will be joining XDay. So he has a great partnership with this, political leader out in Romania. It's cryptocurrency. So a lot of big things on the horizon, I think, especially with this in Paris.
I mean, anytime you see any of these projects intermingling with the government, whether it's Eagle or, Charles Hoskinson, for that matter, with some of these governments in Africa,
Yep.
You see, what's the dude down Southern America? Gosh, I'm having a brain fart. President buys Bitcoin.
The El Salvador.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'd love to see these type of connections with these governments. Like, it's so important.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like any government that's not participating, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot down the line.
Yeah, 100%. So they have this giant, they have this giant conference for Elrond happening in Paris, and they got all these political leaders that are joining. I don't know. I'm pretty excited. I think it's just, especially during a bear market, it's crazy that they're still, working behind the scenes type of thing. This is things I never looked at when I was investing into crypto back in right after the bull run, 2018 to 2021. I was just an early investor. I never got as deep as, you and I are this last year after the bull run in 2021. So you got Elrond taking off. They have XDay. I wanted to kind of dig a little deep to see kind of the stuff they're talking about, but it really didn't say anything. It just kind of had a frequently asked question type of thing. But one of the other things I did quickly want to go over that I like, and I covered a couple videos, and we have some people in our community, is called Kavari. So Kavari is kind of like, I told you Six Figs a little bit about it, that ICP has their decentralized streaming and sharing platform. So I did a video on this, and I bought the NFT. So I'm going to be an early beta tester on this.
Oh, cool.
So it's like a decentralized YouTube where we can earn crypto by uploading our videos and whatnot. But the utility of it is if you own one of their Kavari NFTs. Yeah. So I'm excited about this. I think they're about to announce something soon. Actually, I think they're about to open up their NFT platform here again, so you can have a chance to buy one of their NFTs. Even if you're not a content creator, it might, not financial advice, pick up one of these NFTs because you could sell it at least with an Elrond. And this is getting too deep in the Elrond ecosystem and whatnot, but I did do a video on this. I just wanted to bring this up because I'm looking for other platforms. I don't want to get banned or shadow banned on YouTube because this is how we put all of our content out. And I'm sure everyone in the crypto space is looking for that next decentralized Web3 social media platform where we can share our content, say whatever we want, and make money crypto along the way.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, there's gonna be, it's gonna be like almost like a buffet of Web3 applications that will exist, kind of like car dealerships, things like that, or car makes. It is what it is. We got Vimeo, we've got YouTube, we've got TikTok. I mean, there's so many different video sharing platforms. But hey, when we're talking this decentralized video sharing and stuff like that, it's very important. I actually did this interview with somebody today, and I'll talk about it on the internet computer side of things, but we're releasing the video tomorrow. A guy created a decentralized like a journalism like news reporting website, and it was like, you start talking about a lot of these countries that will suppress freedom of speech, and they will punish anybody that doesn't align with them, in some cases with death. Most cases it's imprisonment, arrests, things like that. So that's cool to see that Kavari is this emerging tech within Elrond that will play its part, hopefully, in
definitely.
Yeah,
I just like to keep my options open. Like you got
Elrond,
ICP, but they're doing their beta release in October. I'm going to be a part of it,
Cool.
so I'm looking forward to uploading videos. I'll upload to YouTube, I'll upload to there, and just kind of see how it works, because I did a video on it earlier. It's like, if you upvote a video, the creator gets a certain, crypto, whatever crypto that Kavari has, towards your video, or I don't know, but we can go on and on. But yeah, they have this going on. It's crazy.
They'll probably run ads, stuff like that, and share.
No, there's no ads.
Oh, no ads.
That's
Okay,
that's the one other big thing. There's gonna be no ads.
Interesting.
So,
cool. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
What's up, Neville?
See that. That'd be sweet to see that happen.
Fellow veteran in the chat.
Nice. What's
going on, man? All right, so yeah, let's check out Elrond.
Yeah,
it looks like it's doing pretty good. Did it pump a little bit?
I don't know. It's kind of been floating in between this $49 and $44 range the last week. When we start looking at this at a high level, the last 2 weeks, people have been kind of really buying the dip at this $45-ish level. I can almost kind of see maybe some sort of falling wedge that could be forming here. It's kind of there. I don't know, on the weekly chart, you guys can kind of see that. That's a falling wedge. And what I like about this setup here is the price action is far from this Ichimoku cloud. I don't like the fact that the price is where it's at. Obviously we want to see it way up here. But this kind of looks like Bitcoin, and like what I was saying before.
Yeah.
Really, I'm looking at this ABCDE corrective wave. The one thing, and this is the same for Bitcoin, the one thing that I'm looking for here is a little fake out bump. And, I'm looking for the possibility of like a bullish Gartley or something like this to happen in the markets.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be, I'm not, what I'm trying to do here is forward think more than anything else. But that might be a nice thing to happen for this. A little pump, it gets you closer to this Ichimoku cloud. In addition, it might thin the cloud out, because if this thing went parabolic, damn, it would have a hell of a time trying to make it through this Ichimoku cloud because of the thickness here. Ichimoku, price likes to go through thin parts of the Ichimoku cloud.
Is this how Bitcoin looks on the weekly right now?
Yes, exactly.
Obi made a comment, said Elrond is highly correlated to Bitcoin.
Yes, let's pull up Bitcoin.
He said, I don't understand any of this. Yeah, he said you have to look at altcoins and their Bitcoin quote. Elrond Bitcoin. I don't know.
So he's talking about how Elrond is trading to Bitcoin. So let's just pull that up right now.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically the value of Elrond to Bitcoin.
Okay.
So we can kind of see right now, this looks like a different picture. And really what we're seeing is on the weekly charts, just the symmetrical triangle squeeze like we're seeing across the markets. Oops, come on. There we go. Oh my goodness. Just like we're seeing across the markets, we're getting this symmetrical triangle squeeze. And anytime on this weekly chart, this is a good time frame to gauge things off of. But when we start to see these spinning tops, a lot of people will trade spinning tops on higher time frames. And when we start to see spinning tops like this, the bulls and the bears are just in this crazy ass tug of war that's going on right now. Anytime we start to see these spinning tops, doji stars, stuff like that, it's a good indication that we are gearing up for a price reversal. Here's a spinning top, price reverse to the downside. Spinning top, price reverse to the downside. Doji star, price rocketed. So we can kind of, see that anytime we get these spinning tops, shit like this is what I love to see. And there's people that only trade spinning tops on higher time frames.
Do you?
Sometimes, not all the time. When I start to see stuff like this, I get excited though, because we're in the moment seeing these spinning top style moves. I would like to see this print green, though. That's my beef. I don't like to see these bearish red spinning tops. And in the next week, we could have bullish engulfing to the upside like nobody's business. Really, I would love to see price come up and touch on this 50 moving average at whatever 0.003-ish cents on this e-gold to Bitcoin. I think that'd probably be about like $120 e-gold. Let's just look at e-gold here.
That's way above my TA, man. You're good.
I don't know, man. But yeah, so like, if we just pretend that this 50 came through here, 125, 150, man, you know what? At that point in time, I would expect a rejection. We just have to just see where this goes. Right now, this last couple of weeks, I strongly feel that we are at some sort of pivotal, point. And here we go. Fibonacci time sequence. Just measured from this swing low up to this all-time high. This time sequence was fairly accurate. It predicted increased volatility. Pretty good. I mean, boom. Shit hit the fan after on this candle.
Yeah.
Here we are again. Time sequence this week for e-gold. So expect e-gold to possibly have increased volatility sometime this week. Not financial advice. I sure hope so. I'm sick of seeing people get hosed.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on real quick. Man, we got an hour and 7 minutes. I want to try to get to 1:30, I think, but I'll try to hurry it up real quick. Well, not really.
Do we have another guest coming in the stream?
That's supposed to be a surprise. You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, man.
You guys will have to wait a little bit later. But yeah, let's continue on. Let me just share my screen real quick. Voyager.
Oh, man. What did you just say? A swear word?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm going to go mix a drink really quick. It's going to take me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I got some fucking some crazy conspiracy that I need the world to hear about here really quick.
Okay. Get ready, Obi. I'm gonna need you to chime in. I don't want to get too deep, guys, into Voyager and the Voyager platform and whatnot, but you guys know I did put out a couple different videos of what's going on, and I've been trying to follow it as best as I could, but I know Obi has been following it, especially the last day or so. They put out the 124-page document, whatnot, and I'm gonna give him a shout out here real quick. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at Voyager token, even though you can't trade it only on Binance and Coinbase and some other smaller exchanges, but it is down about 4.6% the last 24 hours. We're looking at about 60-cent Voyager token. Market cap's about 177 million. Last 24 hours trading volumes about 11.7 million. And jump right into it. So, like I said, they put out late last night the order authorizing entry into the asset purchase agreement. Did not have a chance to look at this at all. So that's why I turned to you guys, our community, because you guys are a lot smarter than I am. I just like to make YouTube videos and document this whole journey so we can look back in 10, 15 years and just, see how everything is. But essentially, this is a 109-page document going over the whole purchase agreement with FTX and Voyager. I did do a quick snippet. Shout out to Obi who's watching. He did a quick highlight of last night. You probably can expand on this. He said that here are the highlights. Voyager, well, it might have changed, but Voyager is not allowed to solicit other bids or offers. Voyager will help migrate transition customers to FTX US and what pro-rata share of value they are entitled to. Where available, FTX will try and allow in-kind crypto available for withdrawal or trade. The 100 million FTX is paying is around half USD and half Bitcoin. Voyager platform will be retired after migration. I sure hope not. But yeah, there's been so much chatter the last 12 hours. It's been crazy. And here's the kicker. You're going to get a $50 credit to Voyager customers on FTX US to offset trading fees. He said he sure left some stuff out as late as it is, but he wrapped another long space. So this was at 2:29 a.m. earlier today, and it's a lot of information to digest. There's so much stuff going on right now. I think a lot of people are just wanting to see the end, what's going on and whatnot. Let's see. OB is FTX US bid needs 34%, 330,000 yes votes to pass November 15th. If it doesn't, then the standalone stalking horse would likely move forward. So FTX won the bid, but now apparently we get to vote, and that's the big question on what are we going to vote. Apparently everyone wants to vote no, which I agree upon. And on top of that, today some of their drama was Wave Financial. So Wave Financial, very small company based out of Los Angeles, California. They did want to keep the platform and whatnot. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, let's have Wave Financial, keep everything going and everything." But there was another Strykah that came out earlier this afternoon, real quickly debunking this. Apparently, they just didn't have the financials to keep it going. This is from our Signal group and from OB. Looks like I was right then. They didn't have the financial commitment. I guess then the question is, why did Voyager throw in the towel and accept the lowball bid versus the stalking horse? I'm sure there are a lot of layers of complexity to that answer. 100% agree to that one.
Yeah, and I'll chime in here.
I'm gonna just remove this screen real quick. But
first and foremost, my heart goes out to everybody impacted by this. Like it's one of the saddest things I've seen in this space, to see such a strong community just ripped apart against their own will. And really, when it comes down to it, when I start looking at this bigger picture, like with FTX and stuff like that, let's face it, FTX borrowed a shit ton of money from Voyager, which then Voyager FTX borrowed a ton of crypto, not money, crypto from Voyager. Then Voyager got into a pinch. Then FTX, this is crazy. They just, they borrowed money back to Voyager with interest. And so here FTX is kind of balancing out some of the interest rates that they have on their loan. Basically they're almost getting like a free loan in the first place against Voyager. And when it comes down to it, FTX is not going to let any other company, especially Binance. I would have liked to see Binance win this.
Me too.
Personally. And here's why. Because FTX is not going to pay interest on the loans to Binance, their competitor. And I know there's some big time beef between Sam Bankman and Binance as of the last few months. It seemed like they had been kind of cushy together. In addition, we have Sam Bankman and FTX, and I was going through some of the court documents the other day, and they had borrowed so much Bitcoin and so much Ethereum from Voyager, and the fact that they were going to just pay back $200 million of what they borrowed, was kind of this red flag to me. Because when FTX, let's just say this, if you're going to win the bid, of course, hey, we're going to pay this back by this date, whatever. If they're going to win the bid, they still are under control of that crypto. And on top of that, the crypto that they haven't paid back. I just have a bad feeling about this. You know what I'm saying? Through my research.
Obi made a good point about the Voyager committee. Yeah, it is the Voyager committee investment bankers that just wanted to take the highest cash bid. Customers and employees want the opposite standalone plan. So that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting right now. And anyone who's watching, correct me if I'm wrong, but if we get the vote, we're going to vote no, but we want to get the standalone plan. So we have VGX still available because 30% of the customers hold VGX. It was a huge part of the platform. Me too. I've got a pretty good bag of VGX, and it's like SBF is coming in here and wanting to take it, and he's going to liquidate it. No, you got to convert it over to your FTX account. But again, there's a bigger picture going on, and I watch a lot of videos and do a lot of research. I critically think and stuff. Did you know who invested into FTX originally?
I don't know originally.
Who owns literally everything in the world? You've talked about this before. Starts with the B. BlackRock.
Oh shit!
Did you know that?
Oh god!
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. But
So
when you say BlackRock, dude,
yep,
you make me
So this goes
all
back.
nervous, like I got bugs crawling all over my body.
So I gotta be careful what we say now because we're on YouTube. But this is just this could
BlackRock.
go back to our
My
conspiracy channel on Signal, and I don't want to get too. I don't want to trigger keywords with the algorithms and whatnot. But yeah, BlackRock apparently was initial investor into FTX. So it was the BlackRock investors' ear into SBF, to the crypto space, to him with everything that's going on. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
I didn't know that. I should have known that. That's concerning. You know, I've been a vocal opponent of FTX.
BlackRock is invested into Coinbase too. Obi, yeah.
Thanks, Obi. Yeah,
They want to own everything. This
exactly.
This gets bigger than crypto, man. Like,
and you start talking like this is kind of sidetracking from what we're talking about right now. Kyle Greer is absolutely right there. BlackRock is a dirty B.
Yep.
No questions about that.
So,
and you know, when we start talking about Sam Bankman,
how did he get his billions? How is he worth 19 billion? There's so many questions.
Yeah.
Why is he worth so much? How does he have so much money right now? What did he do?
He steals from people like Voyager and stuff like that, dude. Like it's nuts. Dude's
like real talk.
It should be criminally investigated. I got other stuff, you know. I'm not going to talk about it here. Some of the stuff I've investigated with FTX and some of the shady futures trading that they've done, it should be criminally investigated by like Congress.
Yep. But Congress is
that's for another discussion. Definitely
a
sponsored billionaire.
You have a lot of money. You can control Congress.
No doubts. The dude, you know, he could be a puppet figure for somebody at BlackRock, stuff like that. If not, he's probably, you know, he seems. I've listened to the guy. He's smart. The dude is smart. Seems like a fairly decent businessman. So it is what it is.
Obi said Binance owned 20% of FTX early on, too, until SBF bought out CZ after FTX was a success.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know Sam Bankman bought him out.
Oh, SBF is tied to the World Economic Forum.
Nice.
You know anything about that?
Oh, if you want to get into conspiracy theories,
we'll leave it at that, Obi. That was a great comment. We'll just end it at that. We'll take this conversation to wherever you guys want.
Yeah.
Offline and to our Signal channel.
You know, at this point in time, I think people with Voyager, the situation, everybody's been locked out of their shit since July. At this point, give us something. You know, I'm glad I was fortunate enough to close my account about a week before it all went down. So I wish I would have kept my account open at least so I could help vote in everybody's favor. I didn't, but you know, I hope for the sake of everybody's sanity that this can just be over with soon. Yeah. I hope you guys get your favorable judgments or outcome that you're looking for. And man, I just want to see people you know, rebuild themselves after something like this. I never thought that this would have happened. I never thought we'd be having this discussion
pretty much
6 months ago. Too. Never in a million years.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump into some VGXTA and then we'll jump into the last crypto coin.
Rising
you can't really chart it. You can't really chart it though, because it's trading off like the news and the drama type of thing. But I'm just curious to see.
Still trading into this recognizable pattern known as this rising wedge. It is what it is. I would expect VGX to come down to maybe around this 51 cent level. Reason is we got an ABC, possibly a D corrective wave. It's going to come down, hit this 58 cent level-ish somewhere in there. And it almost looks like there might be some sort of symmetrical triangle squeeze. If I had to take a guess, you know, just by looking at the setup, it's you could also argue the fact that there might be some sort of head and shoulders pattern that could possibly form and force this thing to the downside. You know, this is a complex issue, especially with, you know, the whole situation with FTX buying Voyager.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just been trading sideways literally for the last, I don't know, since September 18th, the last 10 days, 11 days. We just, we've experienced a little high and low, but on the daily, we're about to break through this Ichimoku cloud, which is not always a good thing. We're technically trading under the cloud,
and that's kind of how it is, because like I don't anticipate anything crazy happening except sideways movement, but the objections. So the objections to like FTX proposal or whatever their final bid, I think is October 12th or 13th.
Okay.
Obi, correct me if I'm wrong. I forget. So there's like a final objection date if anyone wants to object to it, and then like the final bid, or they go to the courts to approve it, is like I don't even know the dates. I'm terrible with dates. I'm not even going to say it, but yeah. But I'm just looking at the charts trying to think of the dates.
Think of, just you guys watch October 8th, 2022 for Voyager token. That's not making any promises. This could be a change in volatility. Whether we see Voyager token do one of these or one of these, but when I look at this, we kind of have this straight line momentum right down to this pivot point, 49 cents. There might be an argument to be made if it gets to this level to make a little bit of a play.
Gotcha.
October
All right.
12th is the objection.
Yep.
So, okay, this makes sense then. This time sequence is kind of showing up in that same time frame.
So look for a move then. Maybe, potentially. Just depends. I mean, who's going to object now at this point, OB? Like, it's not the wave. Like, they don't have enough capital. Like,
right.
And this would, I don't know.
This would be a nice ABC corrective wave as well. Whether or not we break this wedge, if this plays out, if we break this wedge down here, which I don't see it happening, I feel like we'd get another pump or something like that, but you'd be looking at 36 cents.
Yeah.
Anything below that's in trouble. I mean,
was that the wait for the news? I think the final news.
Right.
That's because that's where TA goes out the door.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you could definitely just blow the doors off any TA with news. No doubts about that.
All right, let's move on to our last coin before we
a graph.
And we do have a special guest. I don't want to keep him holding the background. I feel.
Oh, has he been in the background?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
One of my moderators, one of the
What's up, bro?
We got Strykah all the way from Australia.
What's happening? I just had a very Australian thing happen, actually.
Oh, no.
What happened?
Well, I feed all of the wild birds in my area. I'm kind of like the crazy cat guy, but for birds. And, basically, an injured cockatoo just came and like knocked on my front door with its beak. Like, I don't know, like I don't run a wildlife center or anything, but because I feed them all the time, he obviously felt comfortable coming up to my front door and like kind of seeking out help, which is cool. It's inspired me to.
That's awesome. Run a wildlife center. They're smart birds.
That's cool, dude.
Wow. Yeah, completely wild animal goes off and does its own thing, but I don't know, there's something not quite right about him. Like he's acting more like a pet, so I'm not sure if somebody's lost a pet like that's gotten away or if he's injured in some way. But yeah, it was weird. He just kind of came and walked up to the front door and knocked on the door and was like, "Hey, help."
That's crazy. Was it one of those white birds with like the yellow thing? Okay. Yeah. As soon as you said it, I Googled it just to see what the thing looked like. And says they're highly venomous. All that stuff. Just kidding. It's like everything in Australia, right?
Everything's venomous, especially the people.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, it's good to see, man.
So what'd you do with it? Like, what happened?
It's still sitting at the front door. My wife came into me and she's like, "Look, I don't mean to interrupt. I know that you're waiting to go live, but one of your birds has turned up at the front door. So I quickly went out and had a look, and he doesn't look like he's going anywhere. So I just basically said to my wife, hey, Obi. But yeah, I just said to my wife, look, he doesn't look like he's going anywhere. I'll come and say hello to everybody, and then I'll go and try and suss out what's going on with him after this.
Nice,
dudes.
But yeah,
nice.
I wanted to bring you on afterwards just to like reconnect and see what's going on with you.
Yeah.
But like, do you have anything you want to like what do you, dude? Yeah, we haven't talked in a while. Like, what are you into right now, real quick? Like
the Cosmos ecosystem is where I've found myself the last few months. I've been really loving it. I found like there's Stargaze Zone, which they do NFTs, but they kind of do it the way that Collect used to do it before they upgraded or whatever they wanted to call it.
Downgraded.
Yeah, exactly. Sidegraded, made it. I don't know how to use it anymore, to be honest.
Me too.
I really, really hope that they fix it, because it was one of the best NFT places to be, in my opinion. But yeah, so now I found something else to use, and that's over in the Cosmos ecosystem. As I said, it's called Stargaze Zone. Yeah, Kuji is good as well. They're got the USK stablecoin that they've released and they've been working on. Again, I don't understand stablecoins other than they scare the crap out of me, and I just don't really do much with them. I use USDC on occasion when I have to, but yeah, the rest of them, I'll just wait for everybody else to test them first.
Yeah. Hey, as long as they don't pull a Luna on us, right?
Well, and that's exactly what I'm scared of. And like, I don't have the hundreds of thousands that other people have. I'm dealing with a couple of thousands. So if something like that was to wipe me out, it's game over.
Nice. It looks like I'm looking at the chart. It looks like the last, I don't know, 10 weeks have been decent.
I'm hearing a lot about it from a lot of people. It's another one of those cryptos on my list that I want to deep dive
Like you were saying earlier, Airborne, about you just happened to choose Cardano at the right time and it was one of your best plays. I don't know, me kind of, I got into a bit of a tantrum with Yokai Swap, which then made me a little bit annoyed with Nervos Network. And then I was like, well, stuff you, I'm going to go check out the competition. And then that was how I landed over in Cosmos. And yeah, I just happened to time it perfectly. I didn't have any clue what I was doing. It was just luck. But
so here's a quick question. What do you really like about Cosmos compared to the other ecosystems and the other blockchains? Like what really, like, what do you like about it?
Ease of use. And I'm a bit of a, like, I've got ADHD, so I'm a bit of a, I like to sit there and move things and press buttons and play around, and like I want to be able to do something with my coins, especially like if I'm using all of my savings to buy all of these like cryptos and stuff like that. I like to be able to, go and pull it over here and go and use this DEX, and then go and I don't know, if I stake it this amount, I can get an airdrop of a new token on the platform and stuff like that. I like all of that kind of stuff, really. It's just, I don't know, there seemed to be a lot more that I could do. And it moves pretty quick over there as well. So there's always something new to fiddle around with and explore.
Yeah. How's the community? Like, what's your vibe?
Really, really good. I found, again, it was very similar to when I started out in the Nervos Network community. Again, everyone was really welcoming. Yeah. Agreed, Obi. But yeah, just the community is really, really good. I found them really accepting. And they stand their ground a bit more too. They would, the stink that I kicked up at Nervos Network before I kind of moved more over to Cosmos, there's like 10 to 20 people over in Cosmos that are more like that are more willing to be like, no, this isn't right. I'm not happy with this. This is my money. What are you doing? And they're happy to push until they get an answer, which I like. I like that. I think it, like bigger business needs to speak to the people that are actually spending the money and taking the risks on their platforms. I don't know. I find the communication's really good. The transparency is really good. there's a community member, and he does a bunch more than just be a community member over there, called Jacob Gaddikin. And yeah, he's pretty big in the community. And yeah, I just take a lot of my advice from him. Again, I keep comparing it to Nervos. When I moved into Nervos Network, I just followed Six Figure Round, to be honest, and was just like, cool.
Well,
like,
no, you make a great point, dude, because I'd actually go to Cosmos, Adams, and go on YouTube, and I'd see who is the top influencer, like who is regularly putting out videos in that ecosystem. That's where I'm going to go initially for my research. Granted, like I'll take it with a grain of salt, but that's where I start, and that's one of the one of the things that I look at when I start doing research on initial blockchains or cryptos or whatnot. So
it's very similar to myself. I'll go and find out what everyone's opinion is, and I'll generally try and make a point to go and find an opposing opinion. So like I like to be like, all right, cool, this person's really passionate about this, but what's their hater, I guess? Like, what's their hater saying? What's the opposite side of the coin? And then I generally find the truth somewhere in the middle. Like, all right, this thing that's wrong with it, but they are working on it to make it better, and potentially in the future there could be something here.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I definitely want to research Cosmos, Atoms, and whatnot.
I mean, it's ranked 25.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no joke. Like
nobody talks about it.
Exactly. It's a sleeper.
Yeah,
it's a sleeper coin.
It's so funny. Like, and again, once I kind of moved over, I found it's really funny to see all these different pockets in crypto and how secluded they can be from the other pockets and stuff. Like, you come over there, and I was like, when I went over to Cosmos, I'd be talking about Nervos Network, just like, everybody should know. Everybody that I normally speak to knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Whereas, like, a lot of people are just like, no, how do they do that? Explain it to me. It's like, well, nah, my wires are too crossed. Like, I can't.
No, I agree. Like, you have to keep an open mind in this crypto space, in this Web3, the blockchain as we're growing. I just don't like the maxi mindset, and like I love Bitcoin. That's number one. Like, I mean, you can take it with a grain of salt. I want everything to succeed with cryptocurrency and blockchain and everything. So that's why, like, as we grow and as we move up, we have the bull run. We see what succeeds. We see what fails. We're in a bear market. We're now seeing the fails of what happened in 2021. People move around. People like go bankrupt. We're seeing all these people kind of like learn from their mistakes in 2021, now move to different projects that are now going to
everything that pops through, then like the following year, I agree with you, but like everything that made it through 2021, and some of them can then combine forces because you've got some really good things, and then the other projects got some really good things. Again, like, I don't know, I see the end goal for crypto being everything being interoperable, and I don't say that word very well, but you know what I'm trying to say. But like, I want to be able to buy an NFT on anywhere, on any blockchain that's successful and working well, and move it over to any wallet. Like, I would love to be able to go and buy a Cosmos-based NFT with CKB, with whatever, and then store all of my NFTs in the same wallet, regardless of where they come from. And like, I don't know. I see that being the end goal in the end, just interoperability for everything.
I like that idea too, man. Like, it'll get there someday, and all these chains will talk to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna have to at this point. It's like,
think your parents
cell phones
right now. Think your parents.
I mean,
do you think you think you could explain any of what the conversations we just had the last hour and a half? What? Hey, mom, you want to go to the CKB now and like deposit your CKB? No, it's simplicity, man. Like, we're early.
Think about this though. Like, you got how many? There's probably thousands of cell phone providers out there. What's in common with all of them? You can use any of those phones to call any other cell phone provider's phone, and same with the internet. How many internet providers are there worldwide? Thousands. So I mean, this is just going to end up as some big crypto web,
Same with gaming and cross-chain.
Yes. Yeah, cross-chain
Xbox,
gaming is
we never
gonna be
had
crazy.
that. I bought an Xbox because all my friends had Xboxes back in the day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You had a PlayStation, you could only play with PlayStation people, and then all of a sudden they developed PC, the cross whatever networking. So same concept with crypto.
Yeah.
We're super early.
Good examples, actually. It makes me realize that yes, that is probably where we'll land. Like, especially when you use all of those things as examples, and that's how it eventually lands anyway, interoperable. Like, we'll get there eventually.
I hope so. I mean, I'll tell you guys this: it's super nice to fall into these communities and feel loved and feel respected. Strykah's got his Cosmos people, Airborne's got his Voyager people, and E-Gold people. I've got my CKB people and ICP people, and it's just it feels good to be a part of these different communities, and each of these communities might not suit our personalities. So
it's good the three of us all being like friends as well, because I find as well, like if I was to reach out to anybody in the ICP community that can see that we're friends, everyone that like, oh, come in here, look, like we want to show you how ICP works if you're interested, and yada yada yada. You can do all of this, and all of the communities are already very welcoming. Like we're already doing our own community interoperability.
Right, that's so huge. That's cool. I mean, it is what it is. It's just cool. So,
yeah.
It's crazy because in real life, well, at least here in New Jersey, like the only like networking that I do, there's a NFT Philly group that I'm a part of.
Yeah.
So like I went to an NFT Philly group a couple weeks ago. It was pretty cool. I networked with a bunch of people that had Bored Ape yacht NFTs and whatnot, but they had no exposure to like the crypto side of it, like that we're talking about. So they just is like there's a whole NFT world of people that have hundreds of thousands of dollars into these, apes. But I'm like showing up, hey, I'm an investor. Like they're like, hey, oh, you're on YouTube. So it's all about networking right now, I think, because we're early on. So I think it's definitely a big thing, even virtually, man. Like I don't have any friends physically that I can talk to like around my area. It's all virtual, but like as sad as that sounds, but that's where the world is going type of thing. But I mean, we'll all party someday.
So would you say that they just basically know only about the NFT side of things, but they don't do any, like they're completely secluded from the coins and tokens side of things?
Yep, I've definitely noticed that.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people at these NFT conferences or NFT meetups that I'm going to. They're just straight like JPEGs. Hey, I got this, this, and this, but they're just dabbling into Ethereum. They don't know anything about what we're talking about different, like, a Cosmos, CKB, interoperability. They're clueless. But this is the big push that happened with the NFT, thing that happened early in 2021, late 2021, and like what's happening now. So I think all these people who are just straight NFTs, they're just now understanding Web3, blockchain, metaverse. Example, Six Fig is Digital Jeff, who watches us. He's getting big into the metaverse now, and I've been following all these guys for years, and it's crazy to see the big transition from these entrepreneurs to the Web3 metaverse thing that's going on now.
Yeah,
if it's successful, it's going to be huge. So
oh, you're good, man. Yeah, it's definitely like just the whole NFT thing, whether it's a picture of an ape or an article that you've written or some picture of your dog that you want to sell to the masses, like just the ability to monetize everything through NFTs is such a concept. I think like it's just
we're still 5 to 10 years out.
Exactly. We're so far out.
Everything is going to be NFT token related.
Yeah.
Ticket sales into your stadiums, football tickets, everything is going to be on the blockchain. What blockchain? I don't know. Utility, so much utility.
Interoperably.
Yeah. Right. I mean, hey, if you're approaching a scalper, Strykah's right. Let's say you're outside the stadium, you want tickets to get into this concert, but
How
you've
do you
got
know?
a Bitcoin and
Or
they're accepting Atom. Okay, no problem. I'll pay you. You know, you pay in Bitcoin, it transfers to Strykah and Atom. You get your NFT released. Like, how sick is that? Like,
Yeah, it
that's
definitely it
crazy.
eliminates scalpers too.
Yeah, it eliminates scalpers and it eliminates these crazy ass fees that you're paying to like StubHub, which is some sort of intermediary that deals tickets between two parties.
Yeah.
You know,
because the opposing side of that is if it wasn't interoperable, again, you'd have some people that are real loyalists or maxis, as we were saying earlier, that again just will just like, all right, well, you know, if you only accept Ethereum, well, this is hypothetically speaking, I hate Ethereum and I'm not going to spend my money on that. So, you know, don't worry about it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to be interoperable in a way as well. Like I want to take my whatever and come and see the game. If you accept crypto, accept all of it.
I guess the only alternative to that is, you know, let's just say things aren't as interoperable as we'd want them to be. I mean, we'd have to have some sick ass swap on some exchange that's just like the king of swaps that can do a transfer from Bitcoin to Atom, you know, for a very low fee.
Yeah. I think essentially what's going to happen, it's going to be like the logistics world. You're going to have a Target, you're going to have a Walmart, you're going to have an Amazon, you're going to have a Macy's, you're going to have all these big companies. Think of it crypto related. You're going to have the top dogs who are going to make it out of these early stages of what the heck's going on, blockchain technology. You're going to have, who knows what's going to come out on top. Who's the next?
Whatever's the top now doesn't mean it's going to be the top again in 10 years.
I don't know who it's going to be. Who's going to come out on top? But you're going to have your loyal people that are going to like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, like the top dogs. And I think that's kind of like how blockchain is going to work in the future. Maybe I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because history repeats itself. It's the same concept, but apply business, logistics, transportation to the blockchain. Like, I just don't like that maxi mindset, man. It's just like, we're not going to have one Bitcoin is going to be the rule of all. Like, as it's going to be the fiat, it's going to be the main payment system. Obi, you could correct me if you're still watching. I don't know.
Like, there's lots of reasons to love it, but all 3 times that I've tried to use Bitcoin, it was slow and it annoyed me. Like, I don't know. Again, there's lots of technical stuff that I don't understand, and lots of people have read lots of things that I don't get. But to use, I found Bitcoin, pretty slow compared to the altcoins that I'd been using previously.
It's slow and clunky. You know, at the end of the day, it stood the test of time. Like, that's what carries itself. But, you know, like Strykah said, it's not the end all be all. And, you know, I think a lot of these chains will serve their purposes, just like any store we go to. You know, Home Depot, we go there to buy stuff for our homes if we need to fix something or improve something. There's going to be some cryptocurrency that serves some purpose, just like Home Depot. There's going to be some cryptocurrency that serves some Microsoft-esque, business type.
I think it might just build a vertical for money transfer layer 2 to 4 on Bitcoin. Definitely could see that. Just different layers, man. Like, man, I don't know. You can get so deep into this conversation. It's crazy, but it's like, he actually made a good point. Like, hey, you go to pay for something. Hey, how do you want to pay? Do you want to pay with MasterCard? Do you want to pay with Visa? Do you want to pay with, but it's still, it's all fiat.
Yeah.
Which is why we're in crypto. We want to get away with that. So it's like, how are we going to get these vendors, these big people to, I want to pay Bitcoin, but why do you want to pay with Bitcoin? You want to pay with the stable coin. So it's the big, I don't know.
Once you start confusing retail customers like that are just trying to buy their soup, like, which is kind of where it's at now. Like, oh, what do you want to pay with? And then what would you like to pay your fee and your transaction fee in? And like, well, like, all right, cool. And then how do we deal with change and stuff? And like, Do you understand how to use it? It's just
And
gonna
how
be
are your governments? How is your Australian? Yeah.
all over again.
How is your Australian government? How is the American government? How is your Romanian government gonna take that in the payment system when you go to check out? How are they gonna make money? How are they gonna transfer to that crypto? How are they gonna benefit?
Auto convert back to fiat now, don't they? Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of programs now, like any company that does take crypto as a payment, like in the real world in stores and stuff, or at least here in Australia, I'm pretty sure that it automatically converts it back to fiat and then into their bank account as per normal anyway.
Yeah.
So you're not. Yeah, I suppose you're paying for it with crypto, but they're instantly selling that crypto off. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We get so deep in the conversation, but
yeah,
it's crazy.
Dude, it's just crazy. We're still early. Like these are the things that I'm thinking of, and I think there's a very small, slim people in the whole world that think like us. Like, I don't know, man. I think there's just a small group of people that think like us, but we're still early. This is just a crazy concept to think of, because we all want to get away from the U.S. dollar is booming. How's the Aussie dollar or whatever you call it? Is it down right now?
I'm not sure.
Like, what's your guys' ticker? AUD.
What do they call currency out there, Strykah? What's
AUD?
AUD, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, man, there's just a bigger picture to everything, and I don't want
to. $1.54 Australian gets $1.
Got pulled up.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to.
Let's look at the Australian dollar.
Yeah, chart that. Is that compared to the DXY, or what exchange is it on?
We could look at the Australian dollar to the US dollar. Be nice if we could just look at the Australian dollar, but let's just look at this. I mean, it's, looks like the last few days it's been down.
Yeah.
But
down 10% is what Obi says. Is that the right chart? I think
it's the Aussie to the USD. But it is what it is. It looks like there's some sort of symmetrical triangle squeeze possibly happening with this this currency, so we might be seeing it gear up to maybe head down to this 57-cent level.
One US dollar is worth, or no?
$1 US is 154 Australian.
Okay.
So that's good. So
for us,
my dollar is worth $1.54.
It's good for us.
So yeah,
I mean, we could be seeing this.
Yeah, it's a great time to travel as an American with US dollar, right?
Yeah, come over to Australia. Come visit me.
That's crazy, dude. That's insane.
It ebbs and flows.
So, do you accept US dollars if I were just to bring dollars, or do I have to convert it?
No, you would have to convert
it. Okay.
Yeah. In Mexico, you could pay with dollars.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
On that, but yeah.
All right. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but
and then in New Zealand, if you were to go from Australia to New Zealand, you can spend Australian dollars in New Zealand and vice versa.
What's a New Zealand? Does New Zealand use AU?
NZ. I'm pretty sure it's NZD.
Is it weaker or more stronger than the Australian dollar?
Not sure.
So it's like, oh, should I just travel to New Zealand first and then?
I think I got it pulled up here.
88 Australian is $1 New Zealand.
Okay. So yeah, you should head out there and party.
It's funny.
So are you on the? I forget, Strykah. Are you on the east coast of Australia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Southeast. Oh, it's southeast.
Southeast. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not too far away from New Zealand then.
No.
Okay.
Also, a short trip over to Indonesia as well, which I've done before. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, they live really, really different over there, but it was like really cool. A lot of the traditions and stuff I found really interesting. They're very welcoming people.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, I want to get over to Australia
At some
and
point,
see your neck of the woods for sure.
dude.
Next,
I've always wanted to go to Australia, man.
I can take you. We can go see crocodiles.
Yeah,
Go see some big snakes, spiders. They're all real friendly.
Ooh.
Hell yeah!
I see all those videos of those black mambas attacking people while they're in the shower.
What about the Tasmanian devil? You guys have that, right?
They're either extinct or nearly extinct.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen one in my lifetime.
Interesting.
I've been to Tasmania, the place where they come from, and it's not very nice. It's cold and wet all the time. Really cold.
Wow. That's crazy.
But yeah, I might have to head off, guys. It was good to pop in
Yeah.
and say hi to everybody.
Yeah, man. It's good to catch up, man.
Wonderful to catch up with you, Strykah. Yeah, we're about to end it here.
All right, guys. Well, anyway, everyone stay blessed, and I'll speak to you soon.
Sounds good, man. Bro.
We'll see you later.
Catch up with you later.
All right.
Well, there we have it. Crypto Airborne and his famous 2-hour-long live streams.
I got to give you a plug, though, bro. We got 9 minutes for 2 hours. If you want to do your ICP, I got it pulled up right now.
Yeah, let's pull it up. Let's check it out. They've had some cool stuff going on.
Your 9-minute plug on my channel.
I need at least 10 minutes to plug this shit out.
That's fine. So yeah, what's going on? I mean,
founder Dominic Williams was at that token 2049 the last few days. Just talking to people about blockchain stuff like that to give you guys a background on Dominic. He was in tight with Vitalik over at Ethereum back in the day. And Dominic went on to build the internet computer to basically run on Ethereum. That was the main goal. The one thing about why they decided to build their own chain is the simple fact that gas fees are kind of crazy. Plus, he wanted to build his own chain. He had some different visions, things like that. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into all of it.
I agree with this. ICP founder Dominic predicts that Amazon and Google will soon become of the old centralized proprietary. Yeah, I agree, man.
Could possibly happen.
Seriously,
people are getting pissed off at Google and Amazon.
Yeah, being in a logistics
harvesting
world,
data and shit like that.
Yeah, being in a logistics world and shit. Everyone's leaving Amazon, so I think Amazon's peaked out. But that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, we're literally going through like the mid 90s, late 90s, Web 2 or whatever transformation.
Yeah. And one thing that's cool about the internet computer is that they are looking to integrate the other chains into themselves. So, for example, they won't use bridges, but you'll be able to control Bitcoin and Ethereum, all your other favorite cryptocurrencies on their native respective networks through the internet computer. So you could call up a smart contract on internet computer to send Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network, stuff like that. They've got that coming.
Wasn't that fairly new, or it's supposed?
Yeah, so they're still developing it. It's very close to being launched. That whole thing. They also had a new thing where they are doing HTTPS out calls. You got it pulled up here. So basically, what this means is that smart contracts on internet computer will be able to interact with Web 2 data. So this is important because previously you would need some sort of oracle like Chainlink. I love Chainlink. I love Chainlink to hell, and I do believe that Chainlink is going to have their place in the ecosystem and stuff like that. But they've developed this tech that can now call up Web 2 data, servers, things like that. Where is this going to come in handy? Well, let's just say, for example, you have some sort of gambling platform or something like that. Hey, we need to check the price of this, blah, blah, blah. Well, it can access a bunch of Web 2 data, process it, make a determination. That might have been a bad example, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, Web 3 can now process data from Web 2. So that's kind of cool. It's never been done before.
So I want to bring
You've
up a
always
comment.
needed an oracle.
Yeah, I want to bring up a comment that's been brought up in the past, and I hate to put you on the spot, but I think this is
I'm
kind of
good. Yeah.
irrelevant. Is Obi? He keeps saying about the token distribution, the insiders, and VCs. Because I've even talked to you personally about this.
Yeah.
This is like old news, right? Like, how is the token distribution, insiders, and VCs, and how much? Because didn't they go through a whole slew of crazy changes?
So they have, so back in the early days from like 2016 to 2018, they
had a lot.
had their venture capitalists raise money and stuff like that. As far as like the token distribution goes, I'm not, and I'm not 100% on how to answer this question at this point in time. How many insiders and VCs own X amount? No, I
But from
don't.
my understanding, from listening to all the crazy shit that happened with ICP, is that there's a whole different group of people from the launch to like right now. Like
Yeah.
they launched it, whatever the rug pull, but then it goes back to the FTX thing and spot trading. So
Yeah.
like there were then like they whatever, they made their money, they left. People still believed in ICP. So now there's like a whole nother group of people that like that own it still. I mean, I don't know.
So the thing with ICP right now is the majority of the venture capitalists got their shares at about $6. And when we look at like Trading View, for example, their charts are very misleading. It'll go ahead and say like ICP hit $900, which it never did. It hit about $400. And so the majority of the VCs got in at about $6 a coin, which is where it's sitting right now. How much they hold? Good question. I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing. I'm gonna be real, but like they probably already made their money. So like, who's still with ICP? That's the big question. Like, and that's how you say it. How's the token distribution? Are VC still holding even like down after all of what happened? Because everyone who like supposedly made all their money off of it is gone, right? I don't know.
So this is the big thing that happened with Internet Computer. So back in the day with Internet Computer, the main problem they faced was, they had FTX doing basically criminal acts against the blockchain, because FTX is heavily invested into Solana. Internet Computer is a big rival to Solana. It's interesting how FTX created these synthetic futures 4 or 5 days before the ICP price. Basically, they drove the price of ICP from like $60 up to like $450. And then May 10th, 2021, the entire crypto market retraced like 50% over the next 10 days. And what happened was on May 11th, ICP launched. May 10th, ICP launched. Over the next 10 days, the entire crypto market retraced. So it gives the illusion of a rug pull or something like that. I don't necessarily think that's what happened. I mean, it was just very poor timing on the token launch for itself. And I don't know about Obi's claim there that over 50% of the coins are private or insiders. And I'd have to look at that. But
I mean,
the thing about it is 58% of the total supply is staked for the years and years to come. So there's that. I like the tech. Here's the deal. I like the tech. I use the tech. It's super awesome. You can navigate with your internet identity from ecosystem to ecosystem seamlessly. It's just a very easy to use cryptocurrency. And on top of that, it's all on chain versus eGold, which is 99% hosted on Amazon Web Services. So where are you getting that true decentralization?
Yeah.
Amazon Web Services
the
is
other
going to shut
question.
your shit down. And when we're talking about internet computer, it's running all on chain. You know, there's about 1,100 nodes. So you could argue the fact that more nodes are needed. And where's that line, you know, going to, you know, be too much? Where's it too little? We can argue both those sides of the story. You know, I just feel like,
I don't know.
You know, it is what it is. And, you know, every coin has its thing. But here's the other thing. Vitalik Buterin. He's a big fan of internet computer. He says it's Ethereum's sister with that respect. So I just feel like it's one of those. No, ICP does not use cloud, OB1. You are super wrong on that. It's 100% on chain. Any dApps that are using the cloud, you know, let's say private individuals that decide to use the cloud, but ICP does not use the cloud. You are absolutely 100% wrong on that.
Interesting.
100% wrong.
Yeah, because every time you put links up, it sends me to this weird like web
exactly because it's 100% on chain.
So yeah, I'm
no, we don't deal with any of that bullshit Amazon Web Service shit at Internet Computer. I'm sorry.
So it's centralized within the core team. I don't know.
No, it has the NNS. Community decides.
I don't know, man.
It is what it is. Like it or hate it. I don't give a crap. But at least I'm not 99% on Amazon Web Services, which is one of the core principles of cryptocurrency is to be decentralized, not being able to be shut down by Amazon. So
because you think of what were the platforms that were shut down during the election with Trump and whatnot? There was a
ton of them.
Getter or not Getter.
Look at Twitter. They banned Trump. Crazy.
So yeah, if Trump was on ICP's, you know, platform or whatnot, could he have been shut down based off what he was saying, type of thing?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like a super macro, big picture thing that I could definitely see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is what it is, bro. Being straight up, we're all on chain at ICP. I like it.
That gets too deep for my understanding. I like
it.
But yeah, but no, that's actually a big thing that like I'm looking at. It's like, oh, hey, you're decentralized, but what's your website hosted on? Or is your website hosted on AWS? Okay, well, AWS hosts about like 90% of websites, but you're a blockchain. You say you're decentralized, so I don't want that. You know, as being in the crypto world. So I don't know.
I like them all. I like all the blockchains.
Yeah, I want everything to succeed. But yeah,
if people are comfortable in their own setting, leave them be. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what, and I say this openly. I don't care what blockchain it is that you support, as long as you're happy. It's to the goal of getting away from the dollar, getting away from all this centralized bullshit that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Have at it, right?
Yeah. That's why I like proof of work.
I love proof of work.
Well, you can go back to that whole debate. Yeah, proof of work, man.
Right.
Nobody can control it. You got to shut me down. You got to shut you down. You got to shut all these other people wherever they're at if you want to actually shut down work. So that goes back what ultimately we support, Bitcoin. Another proof of work. All right. I think I'm going to end it there, guys.
I like that.
We're at
just 2 hours.
2 hours.
Let's go.
All right. For you 9 people still watching, appreciate you guys watching. Smash that thumbs up button if you thought that was good. If not, smash the thumbs down button. I still get engagement. But we're here. We're real people. We're all here for the same goal, I think. We all like cryptocurrency. We're just here to have fun. You know, hang out on a Thursday night. This is what it's all about. I'm going to try to do a Friday night, tomorrow night, hangout with FTX, VGX Heroes, or whatever the heck's going on. I did promise that OB. So we'll see how tired I am. I'm going to have to drink another energy drink or something midday just to keep it going. But yeah, I just like to have fun with you guys and bring these conversations to the community. I like the, friendly conversations and whatnot. We all want crypto to succeed. We hate the fiat.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where I'm at.
Right.
But all right, guys, that's going to do it. Hopefully you guys all have a great rest of your night. Appreciate you guys watching. Crypto Airborne out. Have a good one, everybody.